Yo, hey guys, Beast, back to some basic content, and today I think I'm just going to discuss a little bit about territory wars and where I see it going with this game and everything, and just some changes this game needs to make, because basically, and I do believe there's actually an image on one of the load screens that shows warm-up session, territory wars, and just as an infinite loop, and I don't know about you, but I feel like that could just get really, really boring, and I really like the game, but I would like to see some more changes across the game as we go along. So, like, first of all, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and lay out the good and the bad of the game right now, because yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So basically, for the good that they've done to the game to make it better and everything, they've added S difficulty. I really like S difficulty. I'd like the free-to-play farms. Well, I don't know for sure if free-to-play farms should have S difficulty, but overall, I think S difficulty is a step in the right direction. It adds a difficulty to the game. It adds a specific reason to have all these different types. It adds just more of a reason to play in general. Okay, everything's set up there. Alright, now I can pay attention. Anyway, so it adds like an extra level of difficulty to the game. It gives you a little bit more to think about when it comes to the game and everything. But before S difficulty, there really wasn't anything hard or challenging. So the next thing they've done right and they've added is territory wars are relatively pretty cool. Right now, I do believe the territory wars reward is a Toka that actually does the +2 ability thing that the Devil Ape and Kaya do, which I think is really, really nice. I think it's a nice addition, and I think that the rewards, as long as they're really nice rewards in territory wars, make territory wars worth doing. I just do not feel like territory wars should be the main focus, because I see this game as a Bandai game, and every other Bandai game I know, I'm just going to state a specific one, which if you've watched my channel long enough, you would know why I'm stating Dokkan. But Dokkan Battle has a thing like Territory Wars, except for it's called World Tournament. But it is not the center of the game, and it is not the center of the game for a very good reason. That is because some people just do not like Territory Wars, and while I don't mind Territory Wars itself, I do believe that maybe it shouldn't be the main focus of the game. I don't see why it would ever make sense for something like Territory Wars to be the main focus of the game, because it just doesn't make too much sense. You're going to get bored. It's just going to be the same stuff over and over. There's warm-up session, then there's territory wars. What happens when you have all your characters 10 out of 10, that I know a ton of people already do? You just continue to grind the same exact thing. Territory wars over and over and over, and I know for a fact that'll just get really, really boring. But anyway, on to the next of the good stuff they've added. These special quests that they had for, one was for Christmas, one was for Thanksgiving. I really like the Thanksgiving one, though I don't think it had an S difficulty, and that really made it just a really easy thing to do, just to get a couple extra things. But it made it not so crazy. The other thing I like that they have that is really nice and adds more like content to the game to play is Ultimate Challenges, but I have an issue with Ultimate Challenges, and I have an issue with them, but at the same time, I like this issue, and that is that Ultimate Challenges are basically like, you don't have to farm every single character's Ultimate Challenge. You only have to farm one Ultimate Challenge, because everyone has the same exact 4th material tickets. They may have a different material itself, but with tickets, you can buy that material anyway, and it kind of makes new Ultimate Challenges releasing kind of pointless, especially because there's a very specific Ultimate Challenge that everyone does that just, it's like the best Ultimate Challenge by far. 4 tickets. You can get 400 to 500 tickets sometimes out of it if you get really lucky on it. Like, it is a godly Ultimate Challenge. So it doesn't make a ton of sense for you to go after and do any of these new Ultimate Challenges. Like on JP, when Takizawa's Ultimate Challenge released, or Yuri's Ultimate Challenge, I believe Yuri, yeah, Yuri has an Ultimate Challenge now as well. When any of their Ultimate Challenges released, if you already have tickets farmed up, the only reason why you do it is the first clear, and then you'd be done with it. And I'm kind of fine with that, because I think it's pretty chill, but at the same time, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because you can grind up the Areta boys. That's the one that's how I'm going to refer to it. It is Yukinori, Shinohara, and Iwao, however his name is, and yeah, it doesn't make a ton of sense to do any of the Ultimate Challenges once you have all your tickets done, unless you're just doing it for the difficulty. I like that because it means it's easier to farm the 4th material, and there's no BS, oh, wait for this event to come around. But I dislike it because it just adds less of stuff to do. But anyway, on to the next thing. Did they add more story after every single war? I think it's free-to-plays and all. But like I said, I think they need to add more to the game when it comes to Territory Wars, because that's gonna get old, and I think they're doing it with the whole little special quests and everything, but I kind of feel like those should be returning special quests and not just something like Christmas gift or Thanksgiving gift or New Year's gift. If they only do them during holidays, we really won't get that many. I'd like to see more special quests return and everything, and just be a full listed out set of events we don't have to dispatch for, because as much as I like the dispatch system in order to get UCs and everything, because it makes it a little bit more annoying, I suppose it is, to grind up that 4th material, I would still really like to see more special quests that are just more aimed towards being more difficult than just for materials. Like I said, the Christmas one, the Thanksgiving one. The Thanksgiving one was really easy though, but Christmas one, the Thanksgiving one, the New Year's gift one, all of them are really, really cool, but I'd like to see more of those that are less just holiday based and more there to be there. Maybe we could have these special quests for characters when they release. And also, I'm not quite sure how I feel about the whole Dojima Amon thing, because it's really strange. I don't think JP has it at all, and it's just, they may though, but I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure it's a completely fresh character, and I'm not quite sure if JP and global exclusives is a very good idea, because so far Global doesn't have anything, or JP doesn't have anything that's not supposedly not coming to global yet, but they could start doing that, and it could just split up the community when it comes to the people playing on the games, and I just see it as a bad idea. It's fine that global's delayed from JP, but I do not think it'd be fine if global just starts getting completely different units that are just completely different from the JP version. It just splits up a game that legit, even the APKs are the exact same one. Like, you can't install them both on your device without cloning one of them. That's how close the games are, so it doesn't make a ton of sense to release a special character on one version and not on the other. But yeah, I do think we need more special quests. I don't really think they need to be all holiday themed, because I think that'd get really annoying, and it just wouldn't give us enough. We need a couple special quests every single Territory Wars or warm-up period. Oh, also another thing I think that's really nice is the free-to-play farms. I just kind of wish warm-up period wasn't called warm-up period. And not only wasn't called warm-up period, but was a little bit more like an active period, and wasn't a, hey, if you don't do Territory Wars, you're basically skipping out on the main game. Like, even when you boot into the game, you launch on the Territory Wars map. So when Territory Wars isn't going down, and more in warm-up period as it's called, it's almost like you're just waiting for Territory Wars. And sure, there's 1 or 2 free-to-plays added to farm up, and I think that's really nice, but I think, like, calling it warm-up period and making it basically a dead period in the game, where you're just waiting for Territory Wars to get there, doesn't seem like the best of things to do, and I feel like it will get really old really, really fast. Like, imagine playing a year of just consistently, okay, Territory Wars, farm up your points, okay, cool, you got your points, waiting for warm-up period, farm up 1 free-to-play character, wait for Territory Wars, and just complete, like, repeat of that. And I know for a fact they are adding more stuff to it, but I do think Territory Wars needs to be kind of pushed to the side like it is on Dokkan. It's still a very nice thing to do, and it still gives plenty of really nice rewards, and if there are really nice characters in there, you may want to do the war, but what about wars that only have dispatch units? Eventually you're going to get enough dispatch units that you're going to be able to 100% dispatch every single time without spending any gold, and what's the point of doing the war then to get that dispatch unit? Unless you're specifically just trying to get every single card in the game, I don't see a whole huge reason to do war unless the reward is a very, very nice reward. And like I said, referring back to Dokkan, I do believe one of the higher tier rewards on Dokkan for World Tournament at one point was LR Piccolo, or I do believe they had a LR, I don't even remember, Tien and Chaozu, I do believe, was also a tournament one, and they were really cool LR characters, which I don't want to push into this game because I don't really think this game needs LRs that soon or anything, but I think it'd be really cool if we did get LRs. But anyway, that was something to specifically do tournament for, but you could avoid it and you wouldn't be suffering any sort of consequences. With this, if you avoid Territory Wars, you're almost avoiding a way of 10 out of 10ing your characters. As a matter of fact, you are. If you don't do Territory Wars in this game, you're never going to 10 out of 10 your characters. I don't even think you'll get past 5 out of 10, because you have to do some sort of war part in order to get your characters 10 out of 10. So I think that's fine, because dispatching for UCs doesn't mean you're trying to get to the points. But once again, I kind of feel like as more UCs release, and it's really interesting as well. The free-to-play characters have a very specific 4th material you have to grind for, and I think that's really nice, but none of the summonables do. And I don't know if they're just trying to... I don't know, it's really weird that they didn't make the summonables also have a very specific material you had to grind for. I know that could get really annoying, and I suppose it could get more annoying than that even, because it would almost limit you on what all you could clear, because you couldn't get certain characters past a certain like level without those materials, and it does sound like it could be more annoying. It could make fresh players have a bit harder time actually getting down to doing UCs and everything, but I still think, I don't know, I feel like we could definitely have Fez characters and Fez units released with specific 4th material to farm up. Or even maybe they could still take the ticket type of material. Maybe you could still purchase their specific material they needed that was farmable from a guaranteed drop on a quest. You could still buy it in the common material shop. Like, I don't see why we don't have specific 4th materials for every character that releases. I just think it'd overall be nice. I'm really interested to see what they are going to do to the game, but yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting. I'd like to see more stuff added to it. I'd like more special quests. I suppose I'm probably gonna have to cut this up a lot, but I'd like to see more special quests. I think I really like how S difficulties are. S difficulties are a really nice addition. I'd like to see more of it. We need more special quests, and they shouldn't all just be holiday themed, because there's not enough holidays in order for us to have special quests every single month. I'm sure there's some random holiday we could have a special quest for, but overall, I think special quests should be something maybe even for characters to release, like a special quest for Dojima Amon or something. And I know UCs are technically like that, but they only go up to A difficulty, so maybe UCs could start having an S difficulty. Then again, you have to farm for that UC. S difficulty can take up to like 30 minutes. If you get that ultimate challenge for only 30 minutes, you're gonna do S difficulty 1 time. So that's where it comes back to, I don't see anything S difficulty probably shouldn't be in the dispatch system. You probably shouldn't have to dispatch for those specific those specific events to do them, because of how long S difficulty can take. S difficulty can take you up to 20 or 30 minutes. That's like 1, maybe 2 runs if you get an hour-long one. And yeah, I want to see more stuff with S difficulty. I'd like to see more special quests, and I think UCs shouldn't be moved to a permanent incident, because that sounds like way too easy of a grind. But maybe specific character events, like special quests for those characters that are S difficulty, that give the exact material you need for that 4th material, and maybe it being character specific even only to that specific character, like the free-to-plays are, but still purchasable inside of the common material shop, would be really nice to see. And they could have an event cycle, and eventually we'll probably see that. But yeah, I don't really think Territory Wars is going to be the main part of the game. I don't think the game can last if that's the main part of the game in a year, where the only thing we're supposed to be doing in the game is waiting for Territory Wars. I feel like that's going to get boring after a year of playing, and overall, yeah, I think more events need released and special quests, and yeah, I do believe that's all for now though, but yeah.